as we come to you from the European home of the NFL, London, England. Coming up, another edition of the NFL International Series, and it should be a good one, between the Carolina Panthers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. They'll be taken out by the product of the University of Louisville, the talented Teddy Bridgewater.
And I'll bet right now it's just one thought in his mind.
Win the game, yeah.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. He played pretty well. I mean, he didn't turn over the ball in terms of interceptions, right?
2 touchdown passes last week. 2
touchdown passes, but when your team doesn't win, that's just hollow. And the best quarterbacks don't care about anything but whether or not their team won.
A first carry for Christian McCaffrey, who made his first Pro Bowl last year. The numbers for McCaffrey last week: 15 carries, 54 yards.
And they've got a nice scheme going right now, and they run the football pretty well. In fact, I was talking with him on the field before the game, and he said he's starting to hear from the guys ahead of him on the rushing yardage total, and they want to know if he's going to jump up there and join them at the top of the list.
And the offensive starters for the Panthers.
And what a workhorse is Christian McCaffrey, the running back for the Carolina Panthers, who led his team in rushing and receiving yardage in 2018 and was also the team's leading scorer. How about this? Set an NFL record for catches for a running back with 107. So for an encore, he just wants to get his team back to the playoffs in 2019.
Throwing is Bridgewater. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down. So hang on. A big call coming on third down. So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And they'll play keep away from the returner, as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. So here are the Bucs backed up to start their initial drive. They'll be led out by the only 6-time Super Bowl champion in league history, Brady.
Well, he did go 2-2 in the last ball game. Well, actually, he went 2-2-1, with the 1 being the victory.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line there. But wasn't it funny at practice? He threw one when we were watching, threw an interception, and the defense got on him a little bit, good-naturedly. But they're letting him know, you got to cut down those interceptions. We can't bail you out all the time.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. As you said, they got the win in that effort last week. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. And we get a glance now at the Buccaneer offense.
It's not often we start a game talking about an offensive lineman, but with Quentin Nelson, I absolutely have to do that. The rookie out of Notre Dame transformed not only an offensive line in 2018, he transformed an offense. In fact, he was the only guard ever named Rookie of the Month, and he did so in October of last year.
And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. Brady now on first down. Looking for Edelman, and he hits him. It's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. The former 7th-round pick, Julian Edelman, just continues to have such a productive career.
And has made himself into a receiver. Remember, he was a college quarterback, and not just a productive one, a very good one.
At Kent State, right?
Yes, a great leader, a guy who could make plays with his feet and his arm. Got to the NFL and had to convert into being a receiver and was drafted that way. And that conversion, oh boy, it's been good.
Now it's Miller. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Lamar Miller, and he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard.
You know, we might start getting some props here in the booth. You know, that one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it. How about that? They brought out the jumbo package and still couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage enough to pick up that first down.
Impressive. They were ready defensively for that jumbo set. And this will be a long field goal if the skies were clear. But here in the rain and the elements, they'll go for it on fourth. Brady going to go on fourth down. Open man has got it. It's complete. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid fourth down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. On 1st and 10, here's Brady.
Chris Godwin, the former Penn Stater, should see an increase in action and production in 2019 with Adam Humphries and Deshaun Jackson gone from the team. 842 yards in 2018, second only to Mike Evans on the Buccaneers.
They'll run here with Lindsey. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
A nice performance last week, recognized as NFC Player of the Week after going over 100 yards rushing. I just love the vision. I love the wiggle he has. I also love the power when he ends his runs.
That's what impressed me. Yes, there was some elusiveness last week. A couple times he just ran over guys. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal. They'll try to punch it in with Miller. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Lamar Miller. His 3rd touchdown now on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically, what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for. Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's McCaffrey. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. Calling a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Well, look now at our starting defense. This unit, 3rd best in the NFL in stopping the run.
Numbers don't tell you everything, but they do paint a pretty good picture. We're talking about 2 top 5 units going at each other. 1 in running the ball, 1 in stopping the run. I think this is going to be a whole lot of fun myself.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now a run with McCaffrey. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. 2nd quarter now, and it's Buccaneer football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come. 72. Come again. Shit. Regular.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. On that last run, he's now hit the 6,000-yard mark for rushing yards in his career.
And moves him squarely into the top 100 rushers of all time. In fact, he can boast that he's rushed for over 1,000 yards more than Gale Sayers did in his career. And Gale Sayers was a Hall of Famer in a short career.
That second down play nets a -4. Throwing is Brady on third down. Looking downfield for Godwin. And that's caught inside the 35. It's a big play there for the Buccaneers. 47 yards.
But we spend a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. It looks so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13. Into the red zone, it's Brady. And this is caught by Evans. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Mike, 53. 53, Mike.
Throwing again on second down. Brady. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Phillip Lindsay with touchdown number 8 on the year as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Well, he wasn't the guy they were initially going for, but after going through the progressions, it worked.
When you have plenty of people who can catch the football, you don't always have to go to your primary target, and sometimes that target is actually covered. Nice job coming off of that and getting it to someone who was open.
And the man out of the backfield gets in for the score. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. On second down, McCaffrey. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in, your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
13 yards, first down, Panthers. So from the 36 now, first and 10. McCaffrey able to spin free. Oh, and now some space to operate. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards.
We saw it at Stanford. It does not surprise me to see it here in the NFL as well. This is one elusive young man.
He set the NCAA record in 2015, 3,864 all-purpose yards.
Listen, after watching that move, I just called for the trainer. I think I pulled a hammy just watching it.
In his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it second and 12. McCaffrey on the counter. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
The Panthers on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. And that will be incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
That's leaking to the right, and he missed it by a foot or 2. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I feel very confident about this kick, but Let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. Now he'll pull it down, and he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5 at the 12-yard line.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Phillip Lindsay with his second touchdown here in this first half as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead.
We know that the big guys won't get the credit, Brandon, but we also know that that touchdown belongs to them. Excellent job of clearing the way for their running back.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now 21-0. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. And we check the rushing numbers so far here into Week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season toward the end. They're certainly hoping they can keep up this production.
They are, because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels and defense endures even in bad weather, right? You know what else does? A good running game. And people want that, especially as you head down the stretch. You may play outdoors in some nasty stuff. You're trying to get to the playoffs. This is the time to get it going. And individually, I don't think you should just think about 1,000 yards either. The bar has to be set higher with this beginning.
Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a first down.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
A first down throw for Bridgewater. He rifles one that's intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it. The struggles continue here offensively. Still nothing for him on the scoreboard, and now an interception.
Yeah, the offense looks extremely sluggish, not really in sync at all. Dare I say, it looks like it got left behind in customs.
Oh, you've had that in your back pocket. You were waiting for that.
Probably should have left it in my back pocket, too.
Well played. So after the INT, it's Brady. Airing this one out for Evans. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
36.
Looking back to the air on second down. It's Brady. Looking downfield for Godwin. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit.
Well, now Lindsey lost the football, and it's picked up by the Panthers. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Even the great ones, some of the best, they're not immune. Really hurts them.
If the ball gets away from any runner's body, that's when the defense pokes at it, swipes at it, swats at it, and finds a way to create a big play for themselves.
Gano the extra point, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. And a look now at Lamar Miller. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success, at least so far, here in the second quarter. So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands.
Throwing on first down is Brady. His throw incomplete. He was looking for Chris Godwin that time. And now it's second down. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the second down pass play only went for 2. Again, they'll throw with Brady. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Tremaine Johnson that time there to force the incompletion.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Brady not coming to the sideline. They're going to go for it here on 4th. They do go for it. It's Brady. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Brady now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. Again, it's Brady. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Offense.
That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against them.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. They'll run. It's Lindsey. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a 1st down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. This officially a 55-yard attempt. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over at the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. So here are the Bucs to take over on offense. They've got the lead right now as they start this drive 1st and 10. Of course, remember they beat the Saints a week ago, so some good momentum rolling right now. Second half starts with a run by Lindsey. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
51. It's now 2nd and 6. At the 31-yard line.
They'll go again with Lindsey. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Hey,
To throw on 3rd down, Brady. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 43. A first down carry now for Miller. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
4 yards on the pickup.
check it, reload.
2nd and 6.
From the 39, Brady. He's going to fire one deep. And this is taken in at the 5. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Well, make that now 2 completions. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
On goal-to-goal runs, when you create lost yardage plays, the only way that happens is either called pressure or what I like to call straight-ahead pursuit. A great read, and they get to the backfield and make the play.
And that was a big chunk of yardage lost. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So they decline it as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
And that is no good. He pulled it just a bit, just a wee bit wide left. And this score will stay right where it is. So without making excuses, you have to figure that this rain has had an impact now on both of his missed field goals.
It's one of those situations really difficult to practice for and tough to prepare yourself against. It's just a whole different animal kicking in the rain, and we've really seen him struggle.
They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. Levante David, the Bucs' leading tackler, 6 of the last 7 years in there to make the stop. From the 25 on 2nd down, Bridgewater. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Trying to get it to Clay that time.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 16, first down Tampa Bay.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Now it's Miller running right. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line. And now they're in the hurry-up. On third down, Brady. Godwin's got it. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Chris Godwin, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bucs capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Fielded about a yard deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. This is taken around the 12. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. They had 3 tight ends in on that set, and they were really good at blocking for their running back.
And give them a lot of credit because in football nowadays, tight ends coming out of college often don't block very often. These guys have really developed into superior blockers, and that's why they use them in this formation so often.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Now a play fake. Brady. Quickly to Gronkowski. That's caught. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
He's checking.
Welcome back now here in London. It's the Bucs. They've got the football. They also are in front here on the scoreboard as we start the 4th.
Hey, check it. 52. Regular.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down. Brady.
Not your conventional play call, but that's okay.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Julian Edelman, his first touchdown on the year as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that.
From the 30 on second down, Bridgewater. And Anderson's got it. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Now a draw play to McCaffrey. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
The best play callers in any league know how to break their tendencies. They study themselves, they self-scout, and they realize most of the time you don't call a draw play on 1st and 10. So every so often you insert that play just to make the defense think, even if it's not successful.
14 yards, good for a Panther first down. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. To throw, Bridgewater. This complete to the tight end, Clay. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. From the red zone now, Bridgewater. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, so a lot of credit to the defensive game plan, and especially the execution.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing...
And down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater. The sack by the Super Bowl champion and Pro Bowler Jason Pierre-Paul. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage, or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, a broadcaster?
No, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout...
Because you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out. And no one wants to go back to those memories. But, when I was calling college football, I saw a game that, a team put 70. I actually saw it happen twice. A team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL in the 2017 season, I saw one of those changing of the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good before now was dominating and kicking around a team who had been ruling their division.
And that's when you earn your paycheck, right? As the analyst, you got to fill that time.
You've got to know what's going on out there and how it all happened.
Well, obviously that begs the question, what game was it?
That was Seattle hosting Los Angeles, the Rams.
Yeah.
Their second meeting of the season, and the Rams turned it around from the first one and blew out the Seahawks.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. To throw, it's Brady. This is caught. It's Julian Edelman. And he's going to get this deep on a Carolina side of the field. Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 10 more there and another first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
They'll run with Lindsey. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. On 2nd down now, it's Lindsey. And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line. 7 big yards on the carry there to get him within range of the goal line with 3rd down upcoming. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with it. I struggle. But on the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
One last shot now for Bridgewater. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Buccaneers, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And now it's off to Heathrow as they get set to fly back to the U.S. in a couple hours. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And now they'll head to the bye week as they'll be back in action in Week 8. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.